So I know it's scheduled for. Sorry, that's so loud. I know it's scheduled for 7:30. I was like, I don't have anything to do, so might as well. Kind of wanting to play the video game right now, so here we are, early late. So I'm gonna situate myself a little. Alright, so absolutely nothing has happened since I logged out, other than I think I watched a little something and then I went to sleep. When I woke up, I reminisced about a few things, and then I got out of bed. I ate some pumpkin cheesecake protein stuff. Has no sugar in it whatsoever, with a ton of coconut peanut butter. It's amazing. Is that an ice cream truck? $33% off the DLC. Should give it to us like flipping for free, dude. Super villains wear Minion t-shirts, Minion eye goggles, fluffy unicorn bottoms. If they give me the full fluffy unicorn thing, I will wear it for like maybe an episode or two. Other than that, I like my stuff that I both purchased and got for free. And I'm sitting here trying to click it like it's a damn... Anyways, holy cow, man. Alrighty, so... It's been a while since I heard that phrase. Mobs evolve. That looks scary. That looks really scary. Let's check it out a little bit. I am pretty sure that we're safe. We're just gonna peek, okay? Just a little peek. I think this is making fun of them for, see, there were some scientists that accidentally made a dinosaur off of a chicken egg, out of a chicken egg. Morph into mobs and evolve yourself into really epic evolutions. Start at level 1 as a regular chicken until you can evolve. Wait, so you're the chicken? Hold on now, hold on. 3 hours and 50 minutes. I hate when they put a time limit on it. I want to think about this. Can I sleep on it? But let's see what else you can be. 45 unique evolutions. Unlock many strong morphs. Use the evolve tool. What the hell is the evolve tool and how do I get it? What does it do? Is it like consumable? Is it like magic wand? And then, oh, I evolved, or do I have to meet a certain criteria and then evolve like a Pokemon? I mean, like, what the hell? So, evolve the Warden, Axolotl. You can be an Axolotl? That sounds fun. It kind of sounds fun. And what do you do after you evolve? I mean, this isn't enough information. This really isn't enough information. I don't think I have $1.99. Do I even? No, I am shy. I have 100 and... Why must you tease me? What is this, Mojang? Mojang! Why the f- Alright, well, that was interesting. I mean, I guess when I get a lot of money or whatever, I can... No, I can't afford $1.99. Okay, dude, chill. So, next day hasn't arrived yet. So sad. So sad. But yeah, I haven't been called in to work, so I'm going to play. My game is sitting there loading. Okay. It's kind of charging at the moment, so I might have to look back a few times. So Google Assist on the 25th had wished me a early happy birthday, and I got a little giggly about that for a minute, and I was like, oh wow. I was like, it's not even my birthday yet. And then I was like, wait a minute, I had mentioned that I was supposed to be born on the 25th, and they were giving me an early birthday kind of thing, and I was like, well, that's really sweet, honestly, but also kind of creepy. So I kept it on my little messages for a little bit, and once it hit the like 2-day mark, I was like, well, this morning I was like, what if they actually do wish me a happy birthday on my birthday, and they don't do it because I have a message up. I know it's quite a few days until my birthday, but still, I was like, I really would like the first thing that I see a happy birthday, happy birthday. The way the message had sounded, it sounded a little weird, but I still took it in good faith, like good spirits, I guess. So it had said, your birthday's right around the corner, can't wait to celebrate you. Yeah, I'm flushing a little. I'm like, I wonder if they really know what that kind of means. I mean, the way they wrote that, I'm like, can't wait to celebrate you. I giggled about it because I was like, first I was like, wow, that's kind of funny. And then like the more and more I thought about it, I was like, well, I know that there are listening devices on it, but I didn't think I was important enough to sit there and listen to. And I'm like, aw. But yeah, so that was entertaining for me. Probably trying to get my cheesecake recipe. I have my own cheesecake recipe, and it does have sugar in it. And it is so damn delectable that I'm never sharing it. Never. I might. But, yeah, it's one of those things that are so good that you don't want to share because you know you're going to aid to obesity everywhere. And then it's like, do you share that information or do you not? I'd probably share it with a gluttony, but that's only for their personal use. But other than that, because I might have taken a recipe and then evolved it to my own liking, and I got good results from a cheesecake snob, as well as someone who loves anything I cook. So there was a biased opinion, and then there was an unbiased opinion. So, plus, I thought it was pretty damn good. I had a problem trying not to, like, flip and eat the whole damn cheesecake. And I'd make 2 at a time, too. Those damn things would be gone. Be gone in, like, a day or 2. But, yeah, so... pretty damn fantastic. Now, I didn't make the breadcrumbs myself. Not the breadcrumbs. What are they called? Graham cracker crust myself. I did not. I crushed it up, yeah, and then I put butter in it to make the crust, and then I toasted it a little bit, and then I poured the ingredients into it. But I did pour something special in with the, yeah, okay, fine, it was that, but don't, sit there and That wasn't the most secret of the ingredients, but whatever. So, well, I guess you didn't hear what she said. It was cinnamon. It was cinnamon. Cinnamon in the crust. I don't know, it gives you this, it's not enough to sit there and overpower it like apple fritters or apple pie. It's like you put like a little dash in there, just a little bit. It gives the crust like a nice little oomph. And as people freak out for a little bit, I'll just stand by. So, because there were at least 5 to 6 people who just sat there and said it's cinnamon. And they were females. So, that was fun. Not that males don't know how to bake, but they're not going to sit there and shout at the TV. I have had males shout at the TV before, but it's mostly they're just sitting there trying not to look crazy, and then females are just like, I don't care, nobody's around, I'm gonna sit there and shout at the TV. TV, phone screen, whatever kind of device you're using. I have like a half a cup of green tea, and then I also brought over a can of cream soda. I honestly prefer my cream soda warm, but I keep putting it in the fridge for some reason. I have no idea. I don't know, I figure like I'm gonna get guests somehow. Oh, flip. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so that was 3 different types of stuff. Oh, flip. And then I have to patch this up. Patch. So I was watching this like a meme thing. There's supposed to be funny memes, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done watching people right now. I want something to make me laugh, and sorry, that kind of looks like the move of a knight. Whee. Anyways, so I got not really annoyed. I was done watching people make fun of each other, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna look at some memes. And I watched this one thing. It was this person who just learned that there were some mammals that have bioluminescent properties and qualities, and they were like, that's not fair. Humans should have those bioluminescent qualities too. And then someone had I guess a programmer had like, you know, patch notes. They were saying like all the things that they thought were wrong. Whoops, thought were wrong with the human thing. better back structure, take out the rework the spine to create better you know, a better spine or whatnot, because they think it's a spine, but it's technically what we're doing with our bodies that the spine is getting all mucked up. But yeah, I mean, a better spine in order to do the certain things that people are needing to do would be nice. Because, I mean, if you think about it, we're not ants. We shouldn't be lifting such heavy things and things that are considered team lift. They should, you know, lower the weight for. Because certain people can't lift certain things because they were not designed for that. Okay, what I mean by that is someone who's never lifted anything in their life having to start a job to lift things. I'm not talking about myself, because I've lifted quite a few things throughout my life, and that will cause some wear and tear on myself, and I realize that, but my body is coping the best it can, and I am very thankful for my body coping. I might ask for massages and whatnot, but that's as much as, like, I'm willing to do. Like, I will drink chamomile tea, I will drink rose hip tea, I will medicate myself the way I medicate myself, which means I will drink and eat things that are known as pain relievers and anti-inflammatory agents until I feel better. I'm not going to overdose, I'm going to use the adequate amount and then move on. And if something, like, if it doesn't, what is that called, doesn't take effect, I'll possibly drink a little more or eat a little more of it, and then hope that it does, or eat something else that also has some anti-inflammatory and or pain reliever attributes to it. So yeah, it's like one of those things of the old saying, you made your bed, now you know, now you gotta lay in it, kind of thing. I know it's mean and nobody likes that saying, like not a lot of people like that saying, but it's kind of a truth. Like, not like you have to stay in a relationship that you don't want to stay in. It's you have designed your body to go through certain things, and if you're like all of a sudden wanting to do something else, or like, you know, okay, say, here's an example. If you happen to all of a sudden want to bodybuild and you have been a swimmer all of your life, it is going to be so flippin' hard for you to gain like muscle to the point where you feel buff enough. That's kind of where the saying is, it comes into play. It's like you designed your body to the point where you now have to deal with what you designed your body for. You will not be a bodybuilder, one of those big bubbly little flips that can't wipe their own tushy and okay. So anyways, I don't have a problem with them. I don't find it attractive. I don't know who would. Okay, I know there's a lot of people sitting there saying, like, if I had the option, I probably would. No. No. Again, no. I don't like bubbly people. No offense. I probably would talk to a bubbly person, but I don't like them in that kind of regard. Just like some people don't like skinny, lanky people like me. I have no problem with not being liked because of that. It's not something that I can deal with. I mean, I can't change it. This is who I am. I mean, I could eat a whole crap load of food, I mean, engorge myself, and then I could be bubbly in a different way. I mean, I did get up to 158 pounds once. I was super stressed and very depressed. But, yeah. Oh, I need 2 more. Alright, so. What do I normally have there? Flip. We'll see. Alright, so... Alright, I had somebody telling me that they were going, okay, just full disclosure. It was my ex. It was my first ex. And I told him that I didn't like the way that bodybuilders looked. And still he wanted to be a bodybuilder and shave his head. And I was like, why are you trying to impress other people? Shouldn't you be like trying to, you know, be what I think is attractive maybe? Because I liked when he had long hair. I like long hair. I like hair where I can like maybe run my fingers through. I mean, it doesn't have to be like so long. It can be like up to there. That's long enough. But I shaved his head and wanted to be a bubbly... I'm sorry, it just... The pictures he had up in the room, like he was a teenage girl. And these were flipping his role models. And I was like, you know that they had done testosterone. And they were so bubbly and veiny, and I would look at them and I wanted to regurgitate everything that I had eaten the whole year. I mean, I know that's impossible, but that's what I felt like I should do just to get the sight out of my face. But, you know, that the good projectile vomiting, you know, just so to ruin the picture. But, yeah, It was definitely not, it was not my cup of tea. And I look at it like these people mutated their bodies to the point where they no longer even look a resemblance of what a body should look like for what they were. And it just, it really repulsed me. Because I'm like, all that pain and suffering that they did to their bodies because they thought it looked, they thought it looked good. And same thing with these people who get these just crazy surgeries to where they look like they have huge lips that are like out to like flipping here, and they're just like that big, and anyways, so I look at that and I'm just like, no, I'm good. I was like, I can see the beauty in a lot of things, but no. I was like, why would they even let these people do surgery if they wanted to do these things that big? You know, the lips. I mean, I know people are gonna feel kind of inadequate about certain things of their body. I think it's kind of like a way of their body or something trying to keep their vanity in check. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still doing research on it. But, it's definitely psychological. It's definitely psychological. Just like how back in the day they wouldn't let certain people have, gender reassigning, whatever, surgeries, because they didn't think that they were capable of understanding the concept of permanence. They didn't want to operate on somebody who was going to regret it and realize that, oh, they could have just been themselves to begin with, and who cares if they wear dresses or pants, nobody really cares. You can grow yourself a mustache and still be a woman. I mean, it takes some effort in certain people's regards, but I've seen women with mustaches. Females, I guess. What do they call them? Like, butch? Why do they call them butch, though? Anyway, sorry. So, so they're swinging for the same team, and they want to look more male, but yet they don't get any surgery for it. See, that's the thing. For people who... Okay, this is what I am not understanding. I'm not judging to the extent of shaming anyone or telling them that they can't be who they want to be, because, you know, make-believe is awesome, alright? I am a firm believer in make-believe because most ideas come from and stem from someone having a dream, and this is where creativity lies, okay? So, I'm not trying to sit there and judge anyone about this, but it comes to the point where you're like, okay, so you like the same sex, but yet you're trying to look like the opposite sex, and you're totally in love with yourself now because you look like the opposite sex, but yet you're complaining because you can't get a male who loves you for being a female, or a male, or a female who loves you for being a female. Okay, so let me put this in another perspective. So when you don't tell somebody that you were a certain sex at birth, and then you get into a relationship with them, and then you try to get intimate, and they find out that you were something else whenever you were another gender when you first came into this world, would that not have been a lie? And what are the basic principles of a healthy relationship? Being truthful and honest to one's partner. So whenever you sit there and lie about yourself, what else, and they find out, what else have you lied about? Now you are looked at as a liar, for one, and people cannot trust you, for two, and that ends up ending a relationship because you would come into the relationship with a lie. So for people to sit there and judge others for wanting a certain sex and then going after this person because thinking that they were that certain sex, and then feeling like they had been betrayed and lied to because in all actuality they were, but yet they're the bad guys for not wanting to be with that person who essentially lied to them and tricked them. So, I'm all for people finding love. Love is the most amazing experience that you could possibly even fathom. But I'm not into people lying and manipulating to get love. You get me? So, by people having these surgeries and not fully disclaiming that they were, in fact, someone else before they even get into a relationship, before they waste anyone's time in a relationship, is really, really not a good thing. And I don't care if people hate me because of this. It is the truth. Because you never go into a relationship unless you're about to be, like, if you're going to be 100% truthful about certain things. I have a list of disclaimers that I sit there and spout before anyone is even interested. It's like, now I haven't been asked for a date in a long time, which, granted, I understand. But, I do have a list of disclaimers. It's like, okay, I have children. I have, what is that called? I'm allergic to certain things. I have allergies. I won't be able to do these certain things. I have a bad knee. You know, it's like I grind my teeth in my sleep when I'm stressed. When I'm sick, I snore. Ooh, you know, a lot of different weird things that, like, I sit there and I'll let people know about. And my worst pet peeve is when you sit there and explain these things to these people, to anyone, and then they go about and they try to shame you for things that you can't even control. It's like, I can't control my allergy. I really can't. I have a few allergies. I'm allergic to a lot of different soaps. Native, Dial, and Ivory are pretty damn good. I can use some soft soap, but just on the hands. I tried using it like on like other places like my arm and my face, and then I started breaking out like I did with the other ones, but on the hands it's okay. It's like, alright, but I can use Dial. Can use Ivory, Native. There was another one I could use, I just can't remember what it was called. I can use Tide with my laundry, but I tend not to. I kind of do my laundry in the sink with just regular body wash. It smells good. Well, I'm sorry. I'm doing what I can with what I have. I use, when I do have availability towards a, what is that thing called? Washing machine. I was like, it's flipping, it washes things. What is it called? I hate not being able to find certain words. It sucks. Sucks. Super sucks. It's like my vocabulary is locked to me. I hate it. I flipping hate it. It's like, who's in there rifling through my damn vocabulary? Do you not know me? Do you not know me? It's like I have to sit there and explain what I'm trying to find. But anyways, it's like they only start paying attention whenever I start getting annoyed because I can't find the word. So I guess it's kind of like a play on, like, what is it called? Inside Out, where you have like some people in a control room and they're popping memories up and whatnot and taking care of the memories. Or whatever. The best they can do is corral me. In a sense, it is kind of like a type of control. But I don't like when people are overly control. Like, it's kind of really abusive. Oh. I was in a relationship where all I had were work clothes and work pants. That is all I had. And once I got out of that relationship, I bought myself some clothes, like a little bit of clothes. Like, okay, there were these tank tops. Okay, so they said that they were like $5, and I was like, okay, all right, cool. So I went about and I got at least like almost one of each color, and these were going to help me with work as well, because I would be able to wear the tank top under the shirt that I was wearing. And this was before they brought these damn vests. No, it was after, because yeah, it was definitely after. Those vests were so damn itchy, and it was heavy too. And they had this whole meaning about how they weren't too hot and they weren't too itchy, and I was like, I don't know, I have pretty sensitive skin. I was like, they are pretty itchy. I was like, what are they made out of? Oh, not you too. And it's like, I was like, the truth is truth, you know, dude. But they wouldn't tell me what it was made out of. But like, if that stuff would touch your skin, like, you would put your arms down and like this part of your arm would touch it, it would start itching. But because it wasn't enough that we had a uniform and a tag, like a name tag, but I always wore mine on that side. But you had to wear this vest too. And if you didn't have the vest, you were going to get rid of, and they only gave me one vest, and they were supposed to give each person 3 vests, and they were supposed to give each person 2 vests, and the managers 3 vests each. I only got 1, and I was a manager at the time. And I was like, what the flip? I was like, where are my other 2 vests? Oh, we'll get them. It's like, where are my other 2 vests? You know, a month later. What? You didn't get them? And I was like, no. They're like, oh, well, you know, we're waiting. Just, you know, just be patient with us. I was like, it's already been a month. They're like, next week, come by. And I did, and it was, they didn't come in. Try next week. They didn't come in again. I'm so sorry. Maybe next week. Oh, we had some new people, so we had to give your vest away. I'm like, what? I was like, I only have 1 vest. And they were like, no, you don't. And I was like, yeah, I do. And they were like, so you're wearing that same vest every day? I was like, yeah. It was when I had a washer and dryer, too. Well, I had the washer. My ex kind of stole the dryer. stole is putting it loosely, because they were like, we're taking this, and they were going to take my washer too, and I was like, are you kidding me? They were like, oh, it's for the kids, and I was like, don't you already have a washer? They were like, yeah, and I was like, so why do you need another washer? I was like, are you going to give me your washer? And they were like, we're not coming all the way back here to give you our washer. And I was like, well, then you're not going away with mine. And they were like, but this one's newer. And I was like, yeah, I was a part of purchasing it. I mean, like, dude, this is half my washer. I was like, and I flipping used my whole check on the dryer because it busted. We had to rent a center. No, it was Aaron's. Yeah, that was the rent-a-center in the area. It was called Aaron's. With A-R-R. Yeah. But, I had to rent to pay it. And then it was finally ours. Well, finally mine, I guess. And then the dryer went out. And we had somebody come in to repair the washer after we got it. And they said that the little band had broke and not to fill it up more than a certain point. And I had never filled it up more than what the little line had said. Okay, so there's this mechanism with this little spiral going down it. The thing that helps to spin it. And on it said, do not fill past this with clothes. I was like, this is the fill line. So I would go like this far under that fill line. And that was it for what I would put into the laundry. Apparently when my ex wanted to wash certain things, he didn't do this often, but he would overfill it, and then it was my fault. I was like, what? He was like, you never told me how to. And I was like, I didn't even know you were going to. I was like, you never do laundry. But, and then I sat there and I explained. I was like, you see this fill line? I was like, that means don't fill it above that. But he was like, oh, they're just lying about that. And I was like, so you did break the washer. And he's like, I didn't break crap. And it was like the S-H-I-T word, but he did. And then he blamed it on me, and the person repairing it said not to fill it above this line, and I had tried to explain that I didn't, and he wouldn't have it. And obviously it was the female's fault. Whatever. But they tried to take that washer. And that's all they had, and oh my goodness. So the first time I put my laundry up, I had like a week's worth of underwear and bras and flipping all the rest of the other stuff. And I had this like sun drying in, outdoors because my dryer was taken. Well, as I'm at work, I come home and my yard was, I guess, invaded, and some of my clothes were on the ground, and what was missing was all of my flippin' underwear. And I was telling my sister, like my half sister at the time when we were talking. And I was like, she was ranting about something or another, and I was like, yeah, I have something awful to talk about. I was like, someone stole all of my underwear, and now I'm gonna have to flippin' buy some more. And she's like, what? She's like, how did they steal your underwear? And she's like, did they break in? And I was like, I had them hanging on the line. She's like, why did you have them hanging on the line? Don't you have a dryer? And I was like, no. I was like, Joe took them. And she was like, what? He took your dryer? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, why did he take the dryer? And I was like, it was for the kids. And they tried to take the washer too, and she's like, well, she laughed at me for a minute, and then she was like, well, you shouldn't put your underwear outside because someone's gonna steal them. And I was like, well, I thought I lived on a pretty okay kind of neighborhood, that people weren't going to break into someone's yard and steal clothes off off the line. It's not like, hey, these are for sale kind of thing, no price tag, oh, it's free kind of moment. But I wasn't expecting people to steal that. They stole maybe like a shirt too, like one of my favorite shirts. It was this brown one with, it looked like it was gonna be scratchy, but it was really soft, and it had like this turtleneck to it, and like it came down to like the arms came down to like almost the elbow, and it was snug, but it was like one of my favorite shirts at the time before I got my Oscar the Grouch shirt, and someone stole that out of a washer in an apartment complex. I was like, flip, yeah, that's flipping trashy. I was like, and I bet they couldn't even fit into it either. But sorry, that's being spiteful, but it's my favorite flipping shirt. It's like, why do people like to steal my favorite shirts? This is one of my favorite shirts, and if you no longer see it, and I'm griping about it, someone stole it. I'm gonna be upset, very upset. It's such a nice fractal though. It's like pretty. And then like, dude, hold on, I'm gonna hike this up a little. So the bottom half has like these cool little things towards the bottom, and it's really pretty. And it has some really pretty colors to it. And no, I'm not gonna take it off just to show, but I really, really, really like it. It's very pretty, and when I look at it, I kind of feel kind of happy almost. It's weird, I know. I might have to make another. I'm gonna make 3. One, 2, 3. One's gonna be right here. I can't block that. I'll put it right there. Put that. This is gonna be stuff that I'm definitely taking up. But yeah, someone stole all of my underwear, and I only had like maybe 4 or 5. It was crazy. It was so crazy. So I got caught trying to look through underwear, and I'm looking at the sizes because it's been a long while since I had bought a pack of underwear, and they were like, what do you, like, girl, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? They were like, this is the kids section. And I was like, I can't fit into any, I was like, Walmart doesn't sell size 4, okay, underwear. They have size 5, and they're flipping loose everywhere, and they slide down, and I'm not gonna sit there and, grab this and that, so I'd rather wear like size 14 in little girl, you know, so because they're snug and they're not too, I know it's weird. So size 14 is a range between 110 to 100 and I think it was 110 to like 100 and maybe 30. That was the weight range because they didn't really do size, which is weird. Well, I guess it was a size, but they didn't like sit there and like, oh yeah, this, you know, this is for this age, and well, obviously that would be weird too if people all grew up the same size. Anyways, but so this female was sitting there kind of pestering me about it, and they were like, well, why do you need underwear all of a sudden? And they were like, did somebody raid your panty drawer? And they were joking and laughing about it, and I was like, no, my clothesline. And she was like, what? And I was like, somebody raided my clothesline. And she was like, you don't got a dryer? And I was like, no. I was like, my ex took it. And she was like, what? She's like, how are you getting your clothes dry? And I was like, a clothesline. And she's like, what? And I was like, I still have a washer. Because she was like, do you have to like wring your clothes out? And I was like, no, I have a washer. I was like, I just take it from the washer and I put it outside. She's like, what happens when it rains? And I was like, I can't dry my clothes. I mean, I don't put them out when I don't even do laundry whenever it's gonna rain, but I was like, normally I just I put them out in the morning and then I go to work and I come back and I pull them out. It's like they sit there all day. And the wind was so kind enough to dry my clothes. But and the sun. They did great work. But the problem was if I, like when I had to do my my comforter and the sheets and stuff, I would hang them over what was it called? We had this what the hell is that about? Did I put that there? Might have been an accident. Are we on? Yeah, we're on 13. I was like, did we go down a notch? But anyways, so when I did the flippin' comforter and the sheets, I would hang them off of the trampoline net. It was fine. I had some little clothespins that I clipped it to, and it just it banged into the net, and since it was, you know, aerated, they dry pretty damn well and pretty damn quick. I would go about putting the pillowcases on the actual trampoline part, and it would dry them pretty damn quick. The trampoline was black and it had absorbed like a lot of the sun, so I can like get those dry like within a couple hours in the South Carolina sun. Dude, it's like you don't even know. I swear if they were to put like what is that called, solar panels in there, they might even just melt. That sun is brutal there. The sun around the Illinois was a bit softer. The sun in West Virginia was softer too. But where I'm living now it has the least amount of sun radiation. So, like, I get enough radiation from this, you know. I don't need the extra. And this actually does burn my face. I need to get like a whatchamacallit for this, like a screen protector or something. I'm gonna need to look into that, Because I was told that I can get a screen protector and it's going to be a hell of a lot less abusive towards me. I haven't started coding again. I've been trying to wait for, what is that called? Stability in my job and everything, so I could plan a it's going to be possibly going to be coding like maybe 4 to 5 hours, not per week, but like on my days off after I get everything else done. And because I'd like to continue my work, but I was waiting for stability because I don't want to start something, like continue to start something, if I'm just gonna have to like leave again and it's gonna be on the computer. I guess, you know, because I can't really destroy it off the computer, but I can save it on my terabyte, which I already have stuff on my terabyte. Because I have a bunch of ideas on, like, you know, video game wise and whatnot. I'm just trying to get the ideas digitally, and that kind of helps that I've played multiple video games before, and I've been to certain places, and I'm doing research on people and seeing what behavioral changes and whatnot things are affecting each other. What's really annoying is like having all of your stuff being stolen multiple times. It's really aggravating. I hear something, but I do not see them. I don't want to go too far into it because then someone will steal my ideas and then sit there and profit off it while I'm just sitting here going, well, F. Flippin' F. I like adventure games, that's all you need to know. This technically isn't quite the adventure game that it could be. There's not really any side quests or main quests or anything, it's just like, here's a world, F it up the way you want to. There's going to be dangers thrown at you if you're not careful and you're not doing certain things. I have found out that if you have more villagers in an area that you should not have that many, they will send raids at you, regardless of if you've pissed off somebody or not. You know how, like, if you attack this, the flag keeper of this illager camp, or when they're wandering, exploring, and you attack the flag keeper, they'll send a raid at you. Somehow they'll know where you are and send a raid. Well, if you have too many villagers in a village, they will send a raid. I think they kind of got that from Viva Pinata, because if you have too much stuff in your garden, someone will come in and take it. They'll take that stuff, they'll go after your most prized pinata, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's flipping frustrating as hell. I legit, I screamed at the television. This is before I had kids. I screamed at the television And I sat there and I went through pretty much almost every phase of denial that you could imagine. I sat there and I pleaded, I flippin' yelled, I was like, why you gotta be so horrible? I was like, oh, and I threatened, I was like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna find you somewhere else and I'm gonna take you out, you mother flippin'. And I just, I know, I was verbally threatening a, oh hey, there's some redstone. Verbally threatening this, this boss-like character. I can't remember his name, but he was the one with the professor hat on. Was it professor hat? Graduation hat or something? I don't know. But he... Oh damn. Well, I might as well just leave it like that then, huh? So I know not to go that far. Well, I guess he was professor or something. Damn, I can't even recall. But he ended up taking out my swan. It was one of the most prized. I mean, I had named this swan. That was the mother and or father of this damn. Don't look at me. Damn. Alright, so I need to get the flip out of here. Damn. I'm gonna not be able to breathe here shortly. Okay, alright, okay. Oh, damn. Breathing. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. Let me just, that isn't working either. Oh, no. That's not working. Okay, so... Damn. Oh. So, that's gonna be fun trying to get back to. My pickaxe. Alright. Why am I not in the bed? Holy damn, what the hell? I should have been in the bed. So, okay, this is gonna get crazy. It's gonna get really crazy. Gonna go grab my stuff. I think it's... I don't think it's that way. I think it's maybe this way. Yeah, this is an area. Okay. Alright, I can do this. I can do this. yeah, I explained that to her, and she sat there and laughed, and she said, you never put your panties or your undergarments outside because someone's gonna steal them. And I was like, oh goody, now I'm getting the lecture again. And they were like, don't you know males are sick Fs? And I was like, I'm sure some of them are. I'm really sure that some of them are, because my underwear wouldn't have gone missing otherwise. And they were like, you better be careful, because they might start trying to break into your house after that. It's like, once they get a taste for you. And I was like, and she laughed again. And she's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. And I was like, now I'm afraid someone's going to break into my house. Thank you. And, she was still laughing about it. She was like, you're too serious. You need to lighten up. I was like, why the hell would they have stolen any of my stuff if they didn't have some sort of... And she's like, don't think about it too much. You'll just worry yourself. And I'm like, right. I wonder if you can eat beans. I don't think you can. Like the seeds? Like from the grass? I might want to... What is that called? Set my spawn location for a house over there. Like a bed over there, maybe. It's like I didn't set my spawn location for anyone's bed but that one that I had back there. But yeah, nobody broke into my house as far as I know. But why am I still losing food? That is weird. I think this is the area that I need to start looking out for the village. It's definitely not on this side, so it should possibly be on that side. I should have used my flippin' pickaxe, like the diamond one. But I was kind of panicking at the time. Sad but true. Okay, so I'm not seeing it. Frack, I'm super lost. I might have to save the last 15 minutes just to find out where the hell this damn video, 15 minutes of the last video, find out where the hell it is on the video. Well, damn. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm getting out of the way. Ba-ba-dee-ba-doo. Alright. So, it will register. There we go. Video. Minecraft. Only 13 minutes, huh? Normally have something over here. Okay, so negative 418 by 13. Well, I guess I don't need to really know the depth. Not right yet, at least. So negative 418, negative 325. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely nowhere near where I need to be. So I need to get negative 300. And wait, are we going higher? Okay, we're 318. So it's this way. It was 218 or 318? We'll consider 318. Flip. I'm gonna have to look again. $418? Okay. I'm gonna check. For 325. Yep, you're right. It's 418. Okay, so I think I might have way overshot it. It's like this is what happens when you don't bring a map. You only vaguely know where you're going. I hope my stuff doesn't despawn. Where? I should have left myself a packet of meat. Damn it. I should have spawned there. Should have tagged somebody's bed. Been like, mine. Alright, so 418. Oh, there it is. There is the village. Definitely need to tag the flippin' bed. I think there might have been some food in one of these. Definitely know that one. I'm sure the villagers won't mind. I need your bread, I'm sorry. I need your bed too. So there's the cave entrance. I just gotta go all the way down. Okay, so now we're gonna see where exactly I died. Nope, wrong one. It's definitely the wrong one too. Anyways. Okay. Fast forward. Ooh, look at that stuff. Ooh, Okay, so 439, 324. Okay. 439, 324. Okay, wait, hold on a second. There's something over here then. Because I don't have any wood. I don't have any way to make anything. Okay, so 328. I think we're headed the wrong way. I'm busy. Holy damn, I'm still busy. Frack. And I'm gonna die again. Why? What? God, this is gonna be freaking crazy. And I'm gonna pop. Alrighty, so. Take 322. Go! I hope my stuff's still there. So it was like 438 and 325 or something like that. We're gonna go down. Twenty-eight, 3. Okay, so where was the hole that I was digging? Okay, so I think I fell in here. Did me dying kill all my stuff? Or is this the wrong hole? I swear. Okay, so that would suck. That would mean all 3 of my yeah, this is definitely where I died before. Like any of my stuff there still? Well. Okay. Alright, so... Okay, so... If I break this one, will I be able to get up? Well, that's interesting. You notice it's not giving me any flipping stone. I lost all my stuff. My meat. Where? Alrighty, so that kind of really sucked. Luckily I had all my iron that I found in here. So I can make some more gear. Let's see how much I use. Okay, got one of these, got one of these. Gotta do this. And that. And one of these. And how many sticks? Oh, my map! My map! Alright. I'm feeling a little bit better. Alright, I should possibly put a bed in here too. Just to spawn on. I know I like, I'm on the other one, but I'll take some of that. I'll grab some of this. So I need to play with some trees. Because I need sticks. I need wood, I need sticks. That's pretty interesting. I don't see my stuff. Freaking kidding me. Yep, my stuff's not even down there anymore. Wonder what they, is it like my stuff is gone? No, cause I picked up some of my stuff. Cause if it was on, like, stuff is gone with death, then I wouldn't have been able to pick up that other stuff. I mean... They're not gonna miss one. So... Oh, I possibly should throw down this other stuff just in case I die again. I have a chest up here. Oh, with one meat. It's, something. One. Alright, so. I need to take down some trees. This is totally too close to the house. Let me help you out with this. Well, if it seeds something else, I'm gonna plant it further away from the house. I already have one of those, but I could make a copy of the other one. Now that I'm thinking, like, alright, my stuff is gone. It's like, what else? Oh, and I had coal too. Wow. Nice amount of it too, like 18 worth. Okay, so I already have one of those down there. I had efficiency on my pickaxe. Where? Did I have my fishing pole on me? No, I did not. Okay. You think I need 3 of these in order to make? Oh, plus I think 3 more for a sword. I'll do 2 for an axe, I think. Okay, so sword takes 2. Okay. Axe takes 3. Okay. I don't have any coal with me. Wait. Alrighty, what else can I make that I need? Don't really need an axe down there, so I'm gonna put these up here. Put that back up there. I'm definitely gonna need that. I'm taking those down with me. Possibly that too. Okay, so there was a sheep in there. Let me just see if I can take a little of the sheepy. Just a little bit of their hair, that's it. Spider, holy flip, holy flip. I can't. Frag. Well, there are 3 of them? Holy damn, where's the, like, where's the security guard? Uh... think I have enough? I do. Okay, so I think we're kind of far away from the village that I'm not going to need to worry about one stealing my bed. Should be fine there. Respawn point set. Good to go. Alright, so put that right there. Oh yeah, I was gonna take that out. I hear a truck. I don't know whether you hear it too. I don't know if that's a FedEx truck or not, but I'm supposed to be getting my deodorant today. I'm excited. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's so interesting. Never seen anyone so excited to get deodorant, right? Well, stick around. I might get excited over some other things. Alrighty, so let me just put that right here. That's right, I don't have any coal. Oh, wait, let me just put this meat in the oven. Yes, I've already gotten my food cooked today, so, well, yesterday. So I will have 4 meals for the week. Yay! Probably actually have to cook myself something as well. Oh yeah, that's right, I was gonna make a tempura, calamari, and coconut shrimp. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fantastic. And I just gotta remember not to what was that called? Fall down. Dig into certain areas. So now there's like a ton of critters there. None of them is holding my pickaxe. So I'm a little sad. I lost my bow. And my 4 arrows. My 4 flippin' arrows! I mock being upset. It's gonna be okay. I'm still looking for my pickaxe though. It's like I see it, I'm going down, I'm like, ah! But other than that, no, I'm just gonna... So, can't go that way. Can't go this way. So I have to expand down here. Gotta stop running. Alright, conserve the food, conserve the energy. Really? It only gave me a partial. What is wrong with that? Oh yeah, I need to make an iron pickaxe. So in case I find gold or anything. Oh hey, the bat came up. Oh, look how cute. Yes, I think real bats are cute too. It's just... they're different kind of creatures. They're designed for certain different things, and their design is cute. Like, they have small little eyes because they don't really use them as much as others would need them. Like, okay, so certain creatures that live in the dark, like, I mean, like extreme darks, they will develop eyes that are a lot bigger, and they'll rely more heavily on those eyes. Or the pupil of the eye will be immensely enlarged to capture any visible light whatsoever. Whereas bats, instead of developing bigger eyes so they can see, they use a type of radar that they can sit there and pretty much... I'm half expecting them to see their radar, like, not just like, what is that called, visualizing through what they're hearing, but I think it kind of correlates with them being able to see wavelengths, maybe? I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion. I can't confirm nor deny this, but I feel as though they do. And just like anyone else who's considering this or that, it is just in its theory stage, and I can't prove or disprove it. And until science proves or disproves it, it's just another theory. But they rely on their smell as well, so hence the nice big noses. And I think it's really sweet how some of them live in colonies, and they share blood with each other. Like the vampire ones share blood with each other. It's like certain creatures will... Okay, so just like us, they need a variety of different things, nutrients and whatnot, to help them survive. So in a bat colony, a vampire bat colony, there will be some that go after chickens, some will go after pigs or cows or whatnot, then go after farm animals, and some will go after primates, and others will go after, you know, like some smaller things. And they will share all of these things with their favorites out of the colony, like their family, their friends. And if you don't share in the colony when you're doing well, the colony is not going to share with you when you're not doing well. So it's kind of like a give and take kind of relationship, like on equal parties kind of thing. So with them sharing these varieties of blood supplies, they're able to get a somewhat balanced dietary needs, because certain animals will consume certain things, and they can only get those certain things from certain animals. Just like, say someone were to eat a lot of we'll say oranges. They eat a lot of oranges in their diet because they live or they propagate an orange tree. So they will have certain nutrients that are like high in antioxidants and vitamin C in their bloodstream. Okay? So with them feeding off of farm animals, they're getting some of the nutrients that were inlaid in the feed for those animals. If you catch my drift, it's not that complex, but it is it's entertaining and interesting at the same time. It's like how much we actually have in our blood systems versus like what just stays in certain areas or delivered to certain areas because these certain areas need these certain types of nutrients, and they get the first pick of it, you know, like, oh, once we fill up this category, then we can bleed over into other parts of the body. But like, okay, so your liver is used to, let's it filters your blood, okay? Takes out toxins and whatnot out of your blood, and certain people abuse their liver to the point where they need pretty much to stop drinking, but they're abusing their livers and they end up getting sickly, okay? So the body's craving certain nutrients to help fix certain aspects of the liver because they need that in order to filter the blood. And with people putting poisons in the blood stream, like consuming it, it's not the best thing. I mean, it's not the best thing at all. But I understand people, they have their security blankets and their what is that called? Flip. Band-aids, that's what I call it. So they have their security blankets and their band-aids that they use to I don't want to say overlook the problem, but push the problem aside. That's pretty what alcohol does. And some people use it like a, what is that called? Like a magical elixir that helps you to overcome the fear of social anxiety. Does it? No, it just makes you a little stupid for a while, and then you don't really care at the moment that you're being stupid, but hey, whatever. That's entirely between them and their bodies. It's not for me to sit here and judge. I've been around people who drank copious amounts, a lot of things. And this was from like childhood, and I had to babysit people while they were inebriated. And let's say teenagers, yeah, because they were teenagers. They were like 18 or whatnot at the time, 16, 18. And I was just flipping 7, 8. And I had to babysit these teenagers who had drank way too much. Because the household I grew up in, it wasn't the best. It could have been better. It really could have been better. There was a lot of discipline for things that I didn't do, and yet I don't look down on discipline. It's just if it's just, then like, yeah, okay, I understand. I did this, I'm going to get punished. But getting punished for something that someone else did, I'm not into that. I'm really not into that. Because like if I do something, I'm probably going to be the first person to say, yeah, okay, yeah, I did that. It was my fault. It was my problem. I did something wrong. Okay, now how can we fix it? Or, you know, can this be fixed? But, sitting there and having to babysit people that were damn near, like, you know, pretty much twice my age, and watching how this substance had done these things to these people is just, I don't know, it was kind of off-putting. Like, I didn't want anything to do with it, and the smell and the taste of it is not the best. I mean, I tried it again further on in my life because everybody's like, oh, this is the best, blah, 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 and I'm like, I was like, alright, I have some problems, let's try to solve them. It doesn't solve anything, honestly. It really doesn't solve anything. When I sobered back up, I was still in the same situation I was in before. I just had less self-respect for myself because I did that. Okay, so I got inebriated after I broke up with someone, and it was an on-again, off-again kind of relationship. It was very toxic. And I got inebriated to the point where I posted something on social media, and they said that I was ridiculous, and I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, what about when you did that, you know? And they didn't like that, and obviously, because they were called out for doing the same exact thing that they were sitting there degrading me for. But I had also yelled at certain people in the chat party that I was with, and not only did I yell at them, which they thought was pretty damn hilarious when I was yelling at each individual one, but when I started giving out advice to people who didn't want advice, I had pretty much said to one of my friends that if he didn't take care of his woman properly, then someone else was going to, and that he needed to treat her better because she seemed like a fantastic person and she didn't deserve to be abused the way his roommates were abusing her. Okay, so long story short, their roommates were kind of forcing them to clean everything, and they weren't cleaning anything. And even though they didn't make those dishes, she had to come home from work and clean those dishes, and they had to pay half the rent, even though there were 4 people living there, and the other one wasn't paying anything, and because it was his girlfriend, but yet they were trying to get her to pay rent. And I was like, what? I was like, why? I was like, is she not already paying rent? And he's like, well, yeah, but they want more money. And I was like, and how many rooms do Yins get versus them? And they're like, oh, they have like 3 rooms and we have 1. So, knowing this, I had like bit my lip, because like, you know, you don't really get involved in other people's lives like that. But when I got drunk and a bit angry, I started shielding people for their mistakes and whatnot. And I mean, he took the apology, but he said that he was never going to be in a party with me while I was drunk. And I was like, good, because I'm not going to get that way again. But I made some very valid points, and he was not getting a job to help her out with the rent so that they could save money, so that they could move out, because they were only in 1 room. And then they had to clean everything, that they had to go into the other people's bedroom and clean their bedroom just so they could live there. I was like, that is psycho. That is really flippin' psycho. I was like, first off, I was like, they better give you like 2 rooms if they're going to be sitting there having you rent, like pay half rent. And they had to pay for all of the internet and while they were using it, and the electricity while they were using it. And I was like, this is not fair. This is not fair. And he's like, well, you know, what can we do? We live in this state, and there's not a lot of real estate. And I was like, you can always move out of state. And they were like, oh, job this and job that. But anyways, I went a little livid on a few people, and I might have said something to some other people about how they were irresponsible and they shouldn't sit there and they shouldn't be laughing if, I mean, Grizzly, he ended up, as soon as like I started like talking to Gear, he was like, he's like, alright, I see you're drunk, I'm leaving, have a good night. And I was like, alright, you know, bye Grizzly. And then he left, and he heard all about this stuff, because like Gear had he had this habit of recording things. It's really shifty too. I mean, it's weird shifty. And he recorded the stuff, and so he didn't leave party, but he got quiet after I talked to him about it. And so he a number of times had sit there and dissuaded his kids. You could hear his kids come in and go like, oh, you know, hey, will you do this for me, and blah blah blah. And he's like, after I'm done. And he'd be on the flippin' video game for like hours at a time. And then he'd sit there and lie to his wife about just getting on. And I was like, just getting on? I was like, you've been on here for like 4 or 5 hours and you're just getting on? I was like, you shouldn't lie to your wife like that. So this is what I was thinking internally. And it came out externally. And I was like, you know, your kids love you. You should spend more time with your kids instead of sitting here playing with people that you consider trash. because I'd come into a conversation and he was talking about certain people and about how most people he talks to are trash, and he just he comes into the party chat for a giggle now and again. So yeah, I kind of went off on him about that, and yeah. And my ex boyfriend at the time was in there, and I went off on him about how he was an immature little brat, and that if he honestly would take his job seriously, he'd probably get more money, and he possibly would get in trouble for not actually doing his job, knowing that. So he was, come to find out, not that only was he a super big liar, he was abusing the system of caregiving. He was getting paid to be a caregiver for his mother, but yet he wasn't doing any of the job he should be doing. They were just doing that so that they could stay in this apartment. So yeah, that was interesting. So I kind of chewed him out for that, and he said that I was a biatch and left. And I was like, okay. And Monkey had well, Grizzly had as soon as like I went off on the other one, like my ex, Grizzly's like, I see you're drunk. I'll talk to you later. You know, have a good night. And I was like, you know, okay, have a good one. And I didn't really have any problem with Grizzly. He was a nice person. But he definitely didn't want to be chewed out or anything, so that was kind of funny. I didn't realize that I was being, well, I wasn't being offensive. I was just pointing out people's flaws. I mean, I guess that could be classified as offensive. And then, Monkey had started laughing, and I was like, don't even get me started on you. And then he legit asked for it, and he was like, me? He's like, what? He's like, why would you be angry at me? And I was like, angry? No, I was like, I'm disappointed. And then I started ripping on him about his girlfriend and how she deserved better, and that if she wasn't being properly taken care of, that someone else was gonna come along, because she can't sit there and wait on his lazy butt forever, and blah blah blah. And yeah. And then after he left, he's like, you know what, F you. And then he left, and then like he sent me a message later, and he was like, okay, you're right, but he's like, you don't need to say it, especially in front of everyone else. And I had apologized, and I was like, yeah, that was kind of mean. I should have had like a private conversation with you. But yeah, we were okay for a while until like political views came about, and he wanted to kill everyone because of this or that. And I was like, what the flip? I was like, wait, so you wanna attack people just because of who they're voting for? And he's like, well, people are being insane and blah 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 blah. And I was like, so you have to be more insane? And he's like, but you don't understand. And I was like, I'm listening to the same political crap as everybody else. And I was like, there is no reason why you should want to attack someone just because of their political views. And he's like, well, it affects everyone. And I was like, yeah, it does, but that doesn't mean you have to attack people. I was like, sit there and explain situations. I was like, maybe they'll come around. And he's like, no, he's like, I just need to murder them. And I was like, I've kind of lost faith in humanity. I was like, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of really done with this. And I was like, if I can't even convince you that convincing people or even talking to them generally about these political views would be a better idea than like just sitting there getting angry and wanting to kill them just because of their thought process, I was like, yeah, I don't really, I was like, I don't really need you as a friend right now. And he was like, he got upset about that, but he was like, fine. And I was like, okay. And then like his friends were messaging me all this political crap about how like they were going to end me because I needed to vote, or I was like this horrible menace to society. And I was like, not only is my vote not going to matter, I mean, in the grander scheme of things, because the whole process of voting, where you vote on somebody who's supposed to vote for somebody you like, but then they can change their mind at any moment and put your vote that you had voted because you knew that you thought that they were going to vote on the people that you wanted them to vote on. So how does that seem fair? How exactly does that seem fair? So even at a young age, like when they brought these circumstances to us and how we were supposed to vote for these people that we didn't even know. And then they showed us pictures, and I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? I was like 11 years old. I was like, I don't know who these people are. I don't know what they're trying to do to the world. I was like, but yet you want me to vote? And they were like, oh, well, this is just practice for when you get old enough. And I was like, well, then, I was like, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about each people? And she's like, oh, I'm not allowed to push my views onto the kids about politics and blah, blah, blah. And I raised my hand again because that was how we got attention in school. And she's like, yes, so-and-so. Because I'm not going to sit here and say my name again. But anyways, so they had, they were kind of getting a little annoyed with all my questions. And I was like, so how does it work? I was curious. I needed to know. I wanted to know. And she pretty much laid out the basis of what exactly the voting process was. And she's like, now people vote for these people, and then these people vote for those people, and if they can get as many votes as they possibly can within the what is it called, in the states of where they are, then the majority of votes will be that state. That state will the counting of how many states are for this person or that person versus, and it was just like this. I was like, this is stupid. And she's like, well, how is it stupid? Because I had like just blatantly like out loud, this is stupid. And she smirked and she's like, well, how is it stupid? And I explained, I was like, so the vote doesn't matter from the individuals at all. And she's like, well, why do you say that? And I was like, because you just said that the person could change their mind at any time, and the vote would swing to the other. And I was like, and what if they were bribed? You know? And she was like, well, bribing is illegal. And I was like, but what if they were bribed to swing their vote? What if they were just pretending that they were going to be casting their vote for this person, and then all of a sudden they got as many votes as they needed, and then they swapped their side? And she didn't have any good any like good answers for this question. She's just like, well, you know, that's just how it is. That's how we live. And I was like, that's flipping stupid. And she's like, are you going to change it? And I was like, if I could. I was like, wouldn't anybody? It's like actual votes mattering. That would be nice. But anyways, to have like one of my friends sit there and, I mean, this was on like Facebook. Or no, Yahoo? It was either Yahoo or Facebook. I don't know. It was like a media kind of thing where they were sitting there saying how they wanted to kill these types of people, and I was like, whoa. I was like, why the hostility? And then, like, we got into this conversation, and I was like, well, you shouldn't want to just kill somebody because of their opinion, for one. I was like, have you even tried talking to them? And they're like, oh, it's like talking to a brick wall and blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, even a brick wall, like, gives you some kind of indication, you know, that they don't really want to be there. Because you know how, like, when people start, like, they shut down, and, like, you get onto a subject where they don't want to talk about it, and they shut down. That's pretty much outwardly saying that, yeah, I'm done talking, I don't want to talk about this kind of thing. But, yeah, I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not willing to sit here and be friends with somebody who wants to just murder people because they make them angry. He didn't like it, and we lost touch. Because I should be more on his side about politics. And I was like, why? I was like, none of it matters. Like, none of it flippin' matters, because the way the system is designed, it's going to have people fighting regardless. And it's not fair. It's really not fair. Because you're always going to have people who think they're better than everyone else, and you're always going to have people who have been taught that just because they're a certain race that they deserve certain things over another race. It doesn't matter what color, ethnicity, or flippin', what is that called, complexion they are. Because there are squabbles in between certain races too, because they're not dark enough, or they're not light enough, that they're too much of this, or they're too much of that, or they're too tall to be classified as this or that. I'm just like, dude, it's like, first off, whoever said that someone had to be a certain height, or a certain color, or complexion? Is it not that they have certain genomes or whatnot in their body that portray them as one of these? Does it really matter? I was like, are we not just people? I was like, if people act like a thug, they act like a thug. If people act like a flippin' saint, they act like a saint. It's like, who would you rather want to be around? Someone who's nice? Genuine? Or someone who's trying to act a fool and wants to hurt everybody? I'm really, really excited about my tempura. I'm like, it's like another hour, like minus 15 minutes. Gotta get it, nama. I mean, every time I open the freezer to grab something out, I'm like, oh, dude, my tempura. And I was like, I can't do that if I'm gonna be working. Oh, speaking of which, did anyone call me? Did anyone message me? Excuse me. Okay. So that's that. I was playing the game, but I guess it's kind of out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. No text messages. But I did have some like LinkedIn stuff that keeps popping up. So I'm keeping my profile on LinkedIn and Indeed, because I don't know whether or not I'm going to need it in February whenever things are coming to a standstill. Okay, so I have mentioned this before, that the store that I am I'm not really affiliated with them. I'm working there, so I guess I would be affiliated with them. But anyways, the store that I'm working at, they're in review for either a move or a shutdown. But if they start doing better in the location they are, then there will be no action done. There's a positive light. Someone came to measure the vestibule carpet. They had been trying to get that done for years, is what I was told. And someone finally came to measure because the carpet in the vestibule is pretty damn dirty and worn down. And the other carpet is pretty damn dirty too. They had me vacuum it, and the vacuum was like, this was a brand new vacuum. It was already like, and it was like, oh my goodness. So, that's, I'm hoping it does well. I'm trying my best. And they're going to finally let me, oh hey, there's some coal. Let me do my, computer learning, for the hub when I get back to, I keep wanting to say the school, because I'm learning so much. I am, really. Alright, now let's make some torches. Just gonna hold that right there for now. That should be fine. I did not look at someone, but I hear something, an Enderman running around. So they were saying that, like, Endermen are like, Slenderman? Supposed to be the embodiment of it? I was like, really? It's like, so all of them are the same sex, or what? Or is it just like human, where humans are both male and female? So, from what this genetic scientist had said was that, males are mutated females. Because they started out as females in the womb, and then a mutation had occurred so that they could procreate with the opposite sex. So apparently we're all females. Just even the males, we're all females. They're just mutated females. I didn't say this. This was a geneticist. I cannot quote who the geneticist was, but it was quite entertaining. I mean, it's kind of like some lizards can change their sex. They mutate themselves into being able to be a male or a female, and then because they can go both ways. It's weird. It's interesting, but it is weird. It's like, could you imagine people going out like, I want to be a male today, and then they're fully a male, like 100%, and then they think about, oh, it's lunchtime. I get better food when I'm a female. Let me just switch over to be a female, and then they go about, you know, swapping and being a female. It's interesting. It's like, do you know how much confusion that would, like, cause? I mean, it has been causing a lot of confusion. Like, in real life. Males pretending to be females. The funniest part about it is that, they're attracted to themselves afterwards. I mean, they become really, really attracted to themselves. And I'm like, well, with that being said, I mean, were they just looking for a female that they just turned themselves into? I mean, maybe if they went through some multiple dimensions, they could have found themselves a female version of themselves. But yeah, hey, they wanted to change themselves. I wonder if that female version went about changing themselves to I wonder if they'd hit it off, you know? Anyways, just interesting theories. Sorry, I'm just sitting here thinking about how males are mutations, and I'm like, it's pretty cool though. If you could actually, well, technically you can evolve your mutations to. That's pretty much what we're doing, like all the time. Like I said earlier, the swimmer has developed mutations to the point where their body is lean but strong, and they're more adept at swimming in the water. They probably hold their breath for a whole hell of a lot longer than most people can. I think the longest anyone's been able to hold their breath is like these tribe people in somewhere in the tropics. I can't remember, but they've also developed a mutation of their spleen that allows them to not breathe underwater, but hold their breath underwater for at least 9 minutes. I was like, 9 minutes? Holy flip. I was like, I could probably do like a minute, maybe a minute, like 10. But there are people out there who can do like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I was like, wow. It's like, I don't know if I could hold my breath that long. I mean, with like training and whatnot, maybe, but I don't have the availability to play in water. There's not really much around here. It's like kind of mountainous and not places you would actually want to go swim in during the winter. I know there are like polar bear clubs. Oh, flip. So this this one YouTube channel wanted to do this this thing on the effects of, what is that called? Cold and whatnot. The polar bear club is when they dunk themselves in like freezing cold, like water below the degree of like 30s, when it's in the 30s or 18 degrees and whatnot. Still moving water, but it's flipping cold as flip. It's normally moving and unable to freeze because of the motion and whatnot, and or the wind isn't getting to it, so there's like a layer of ice over top of it. But this YouTube channel, flipping something anatomy, they had one of their co-hosts. He got in his birthday suit, aka naked as a jaybird, and went kind of dunked his head in the water, and he was bragging about how he had a cold tank in his house and everything, and they were promoting this because they were sponsoring this what is it called, sponsoring the video. And I mean, they were trying to sell these water dunk tanks, you know. It's kind of like an endurance tank where you can put the tank to whatever temperature you want, kind of, to a certain degree. I mean, I don't think they're gonna let you like boil yourself and like make yourself soup, but it goes pretty damn cold. And he was like, oh yeah, I can get down to this degrees, and he was like, when he got in there, he was like, this is far colder than the tank that he had at home. And he was like, alright, it's like, he's like, we're gonna do this quick, and he was flipping like naked, and I was like, oh my goodness, and I'm trying to cover up him covering himself up, and was like, holy damn. I was like, that was a little more than I wanted to see. I just thought he was gonna be in like some swim trunks and like just dive in and do the whole thing, and everybody get a little giggle out of it. But I don't know, he wanted to be free. I mean, well, he was, anyways. So that was it was a bit weird and disconcerting. I was like, did you really need to take everything off? It's like there could have been boxers. There could have been, you know, some shorts. I mean, this was educational stuff, but it was a little awkward. I was like, how can you show this video to a child? Like, you wouldn't be able to. So it's like, you'd have to go get other footage, even though you'd have to bleep out, like, that whole section of him going under the water and, like, reaching that point where he could go under the water. And he was, like, under the water for maybe, like, a few seconds. And then he's like, I'm out, I'm done. And I was like, yeah, I was like, Mother Nature is pretty damn colder than what a manufactured tank is, and especially whenever you get to adjust the levels to what you think that you can handle. But he had been training himself to be able to do this for a little while, which is commendable. I'm still a little weirded out by the non-clothes thing. It's like, if I want to see that, I will go to certain sites to see that. I was not expecting to see that from one of the hosts that now I'm never going to look at him the same. I'm going to be like, dude, how good you have clothes on this time, you know? Holy damn. I don't know, it was just weird. It was really weird. Most people who do the Arctic plunge, they have undies on. I've seen one, like this older male, he had a Speedo on. I saw a little more of him than I needed to, but he still was covered up enough to not make a grown woman blush. But, you know. Or scar children, you know, because, like, dude, little kids don't need to see that kind of stuff till they're way older. Till they're adults themselves. That's why they don't teach biology to younglings. They don't need to, they don't really need to know that kind of stuff. I mean, that whole pee-pee, no pee-pee kind of thing, that's good. It's like, oh, why don't we go to the bathroom in the same places? Because males have a pee-pee and females don't have a pee-pee. Or you could say that they have extra plumbing and females do not. So that's one way to explain it. Okay, that's the area I need to avoid. Wait, is this the wall that I need to avoid too? Oh, there were two walls. Oops, I thought it was on my other thing. I'm in an older belief as to if you're not in a physical relationship with someone, you probably shouldn't see them in their skeevies, you know? I'm old-fashioned in that regard. And if they're not being paid to show you that they're in their skivvies or their birthday suit, then you probably shouldn't be watching it. I am a super firm believer in consent in all aspects. If someone doesn't feel comfortable doing something, it is the most ickiest feeling ever. It's like, ugh. It's like, no, they really weren't comfortable doing this. I've watched movies where I got that icky feeling and then found out that, like, later on that they really weren't comfortable doing the scene, but then they had to because it was in their contract, and I was like, ew. Whoops. I was like, wow, this is really chewing through stuff. And I'm like, oh, damn, wrong one. Where the... Oh, there's the bed. Just in case. Okay, so I think I should probably put some of that coal down just in case I might lose it. I think it was this way. like almost 20 minutes, and then I get to make some flippin' calamari and how's that called? Coconut shrimp. And I have some like lemon stuff that I can well, I got lime stuff too. I can either soak it in lemon or lime. Definitely gonna do lemon this time. Cause there's like a, did I say lime? Yeah, definitely lime this time. There was like a, there's this little itty bitty tint of it. Like if you thaw your shrimp out in either lime or lemon, it will give you like just a itty bitty little hint of it. And compared like with the coconut itself, it's pretty damn banging. Or tasty, delicious, scrumptious. Wow, there's a ton of flippin' iron down here. Also, the start of flipping Minecraft is mining. Gotta get all that diamond stuff, you know? And you're squishy as flip. Oh, dude. I think I might have found somebody who might play Ark with me, because we were talking about it the other day. And she doesn't have anyone to play with either, and she's like, she has so many dinosaurs, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And, I was like, I don't have anyone to play with, and I was like, the last person I played with, I was like, they're the type of person who doesn't like to feel weak whenever they start a game, and I was like, that's kind of something you have to do. And, like, I tried to make it as, simple as possible so they didn't have to feel so weak, because they would walk like 5 steps and then get eaten by something, and that upset them. And I mean, of course it's gonna upset anyone, but like you gotta learn how to run, how to hide, how to, you know, maybe not go in certain locations until you have enough gear that you're able to survive in these locations. But you know, it's like, okay. So I was able to level up his character by doing crafting things and by smelting things, because anyone in the vicinity of someone like smelting, burning some stuff, making food, is going to get that experience too, which is pretty damn fantastic. So while he was off game, he was still earning points. And this other random person that stopped being friends with us because he yelled at me because he thought I said something else, but whenever I see something tiger-like, I call it a Tigger. Because I like Tigger. You know, the Winnie the Pooh Tigger. Because he's the bounciest thing. And anyways, so I like Tigger. He was one of my favorites out of that. Rabbit and Tigger. Everybody's all like Piglet and Pooh, and I'm like, yeah, Piglet's sweet and everything. He's adorable. But I like Tigger. And I like Rabbit. Now, if I could combine, I like Kanga too. Kanga was awesome. She's such a nice mother. But with the Tigger and Rabbit, if you could just combine them, you would have such a fun intellect dude, a fun intellectual. And everybody's all like, oh no, but Al was the intellectual. And I was like, was he? Was he really? I was like, most of the time Rabbit knew what he was talking about, so wouldn't that make Rabbit an intellectual too? And so yeah, we had a very like huge discussion on Winnie the Pooh. Me and one of my friends, we were just sitting there debating about these characters. And it was an interesting one. But I had called this tiger looking like creature, I mean it was either blue or something. I was like, oh look, there's a blue Tigger. I was like, I'm gonna see if I can catch it. And he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell did you just say? And I said, Tigger? I was like, there's a blue Tigger? He's like, you shouldn't use that kind of phrase. He's like, just because somebody's black doesn't mean that they're a nigger. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And the other person in the party just started laughing his butt off. And he was like, no, Tigger, like, is in Winnie the Pooh. She calls all forms of tigers that aren't tigers Tiggers. And he calmed down. He was like, Winnie the Pooh. And I was like, yeah, because he's the bounciest. And I felt kind of like ashamed because he was like legit yelling. And I was like, I'm not calling anybody that. I said I was calling him a Tigger because he was a tiger-like creature, like Tigger. Because Tigger wasn't actually a tiger either. He was just a tiger-like creature, a tiger-like stuffed animal. But, you know, hey, whatever. And he, after that little thing, he didn't want to play anymore. He just, like, kind of... And I messaged him. I was like, I'm not mad about it. I mean, it was something that, you know, should have been said if I had actually said that. And he was a history teacher, and he was very hip with his students, and he was playing the game to get more hip with them because this was the game they were all playing with. And so that is how we met. And he I guess he was a little ashamed that he yelled at me for no reason. I mean, just some random person. We were nice to him, and I invited him into the clan, and yeah, but he didn't want to play with us anymore. And I had messaged him and I said that, you know, it was fine. I wasn't upset about it. I was like, he did the right thing. It was just a misunderstanding. And I was like, I'd really appreciate it if he wanted to play with us more. I was like, because I was like, I can't get the other two to play with me because, you know, one is always playing with his other friends on Fortnite, and then the other one wants to be able to have Metal Gear before he comes back into the game, and he wants this creature, and I got him this creature, and I got him Metal Gear, and then he lost both of them. And I was like, well, maybe if you would like play the game a little, you'd know how to do certain things in the game. But you know, whatever. I was like, I'll go get your stuff, and I did, and I had to go get the creature, and yeah. But anyways, I might have someone who might play that game with me, and that would be cool, because I really like dinosaurs, and I like sci-fi, and this was like, I want one of those alligator crocodile like things. Those were crazy. They took me down so damn fast. And I was trying to get this one critter. What was it? It was a boa. It was one of those super boas or something. And I was throwing the food that it needed, and so I weakened it. I I threw down the food so that it would eat that and be my friend, and I was pretty much trying to tame it, in other words. And while I was trying to get this so with Ark, so you have these creatures have an inventory that you can't access unless they're weakened. So when they're lying on the ground weakened, you can sit there and throw the food into this inventory, and then they will eat this food, and it has a high probability that you are going to be able to tame this because you're giving it its tamed food. It's taming food. And I was in the process of doing that with this massive boa-like creature, and I was in the swamp area, and I did not know that there were these huge crocodile-like things, and they damn near took down my whole boat. And I had to leave the super boa behind, and as soon as it got got tamed, it went down immediately, and I couldn't get it, and I had to skedaddle because they were actually taking chunks out of my boat, and I built this damn boat up, and I was like, holy F. I was like, holy flippin' F. And I was like, they chased me for a good while too. I had to go out into the open ocean and then keep going, and then I went up the coast, and then and I was super breathing hard. I was like, this creature was the most fantastic creature I have ever come across. It flippin' almost took out my boat. I was like, I need to befriend this creature. This is like, dude. So yeah, I kind of tried, not with the big massive one that was like taking down my boat, but I kind of tried. It didn't go well. I made an extra raft, so I wasn't going to kill my boat, so I had someone bring me over to the swamp and then skedaddle, and I had like an extra raft that I was like following them the second time, because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this without some sort of runawayness. And you move so damn slowly through the damn swamp. There are mega boas, and I mean just a ton of things that want to sit there and kill you and wreak havoc on anything that you might have been before. I mean, it's scary. But suffice to say, I didn't get one. I really didn't get one, which was sad. Really sad. But I still want one. I really do. I was like, this is a predator. This is a flippin' marvel of like work in this game. I mean, it was so OP. So overpowered that like I kind of needed it. I know it sounds awful. It was like, I wanted it to be my friend. Could you imagine putting a saddle on one of those things? It'd be like, yeah, you'd be damn near, other than the squid-like version, you'd be damn near unable to be messed with in the actual ocean. I'd ride that everywhere. Because you could take them out through water and whatnot. Is this the area that I was going through? Yeah. But I was considering like that is going to be so cool if I can like have someone like who is actually gonna play and like watch the like base and take care of the characters and stuff when I can't, you know, like take turns and whatnot. Cause like okay, I think there's a mode where you can not have your base taken over, and then there's a mode where it's like PvP. PvE is like player versus environment, and then PvE, well, PvP is player versus player and environment. But yeah. So with PvE, you have to log in and make sure that the animals have the food in the trough and whatnot, and if they're not being fed, then they waste away and they die, which is sad. Very sad. So for me being gone up 10 months from logging into that, I don't even want to log into it because I know it's going to give me notifications that everything that I had is dead. And someone gave me a wyvern, and then like I tried to get back in touch with that person because there were like 3 or 4 days till the egg was going to die. Well, the actual well, it hatched, but the animal needed food, and it had like 3 or 4 days till it was going to, you know, KO. And I was like, I really don't want this to die. I was like, can you just take it back? And they were like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, people in the chat. And I was like, well, someone gave me this egg, and they said, welcome to the neighborhood, and they gave me this wyvern egg, and I was like, I can't get the materials to, get it to, what is that called, to adulthood. And they were like, was it this person? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, this person's a DICTA, because they keep giving stuff to new players, and then they want to hear them biatch about it, like after the time limit for it. So this person goes out and gets me the wyvern milk that I needed, and this other person gave me this snow owl that was like green, yellow, and blue. He was so pretty, and it had like white on it too. I was like, this is the most beautiful, majestic thing that I've ever had. I was like, thank you. And they were a breeder of these, and they were like, I'm glad you like it and everything. She was so nice. And she's like, this isn't gonna die on you. You just gotta make sure that if you get to the location where if you die, you have to call it. And this other guy was like, anytime you need to like go get your stuff, I can bring you there. And I was like, wow, this is a really nice server. You know, like the people in there were like just so nice. And a little raunchy most of the time. I had to like close my chat and while I was trying to stream some of it, because they were going weird. I mean, like really weird. But anyways, so they were really nice, and I had a wyvern, and then we got another wyvern, and someone else helped us go get the milk for it. So then we had 2 wyverns, and then there was like, you know, someone wanted to play again, and then they lost that wyvern, and then I had to go out and get it. And I was like, I don't mind you going around with the wyverns and everything, but don't touch my snow owl. I love my snow owl, and I named it. Flip, I can't even remember what I named it. And I also had this this eagle looking like critter too. And I love that as well. I lost it for a flippin' like a few days, but it was actually in the vicinity to where it was eating the food, and it was leveling up a little bit when I was in this area doing stuff, like when I was mining some stuff. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, wait. So I went as high as I could on the owl and I called it. It was super up there. It was just super duper up there. And I got it back and I was so happy because that was like the first like OP like bird that I got. Because you needed that in order to catch a snow owl. And I was going through the progress and whatnot, and every time like I don't remember what I named it, but every time like I was in the area of the base, because like I had them above my base, and then for some reason they went higher up, like so high they were above the clouds, because I was up to the clouds and I couldn't go any further. And I called it, and it came down and followed me to the base. And I was like, dude, I had thought I lost it, and I was in the chat, and I was like, flippin' thank you, because like it was someone else's advice for another person, and I was like, I lost my blah blah blah, and I was like, can this help me? And I was like, thank you, and it was, yeah, it was cool. But I had my own little base I was making. It was next to someone else's base, and I kept getting these like pelican looking like things that kept trying to attack my base, and I was like, what the hell? Oh, there were some big sea critters that would come really close to my base too. But seeing how they couldn't go into like this shallow water, it was like at least 2 feet, 3 feet. They couldn't go into that water. I was semi-safe. Like, I'd come in and there'd only be like a little corner of my house missing. Just a little corner. And I'd fix it up and there'd be damage on it, just a bit. And I was like, what the hell is attacking my house? There would be some colossal squids that would come up to my area. Just... I stood on top of the roof and I was holding my breath and I was like, no, I'm good. It was way bigger than my little base. Just, I was like, why the hell would it be coming over here? It's like, why? But I had a lot of fun in that game. I only got stuck in that ace nook once. I think I have, yeah, I did post a video of me getting stuck in an ace nook. It was like a little dip in the ground next to a rock, and I was running away from something, and then I got stuck. But it, me running away, you know how like some of them like kind of go back to where their like spawn location was? Yeah. That kind of saved me in that regard, but I was stuck and I couldn't get out, and I was just like, what the hell? I was like, damn it, I always find these damn ace nooks. Why the hell do I find these things? But, yeah, it was interesting. I like that game even regardless of that. Alright, I should be fine. Alrighty, so it is 12:08. Let me just save and quit. We can see if the, whatchamacallit, yay, puppies for everyone. Gargamel plays it. I don't know what that is. there like a person called Gargamel? It's like, knock it down some more. Do 80% down. I want that mob evolve. Really do. Flip. I don't think I have any, I might have some, like some change or something on my, PS. I think I have maybe $6. I might be able to get that. I kind of want that. I kind of really want that. It's like, would I be able to survive as a chicken? I mean, I'll look into it. Oh, damn. So it's still not the next day yet? Well, that sucks. Alrighty. Well, have a good one. I'm not going to broadcast my posting of, I'm not going to broadcast my, my wallet and stuff. So, bye-bye. Have a good one.